So Madeline, I view as my number one as it sits, and that's in terms of gameplay. So when I'm talking about someone like Austin and Andrew, that's more of a personal relationship. If this was like, if I didn't know them, there's no chance I'd be aligned with them. They're not doing enough to keep themselves in the game, at least from my perspective. Andrew's throwing me under the bus half the freaking time. Um, so but in terms of gameplay and someone I think I align with and who I think can actually build relationships with other people and help me is Maddie. Like, I don't think Andrew and Austin and even Mike, who I also consider a very strong ally, they're not really, really strong social players that I feel like would do a really good job if we were in a down situation of digging our way out. I feel like someone like Maddie is a little bit more in tune with, creating a relationship with somebody. So I think that in turn, that would help me if I'm good with Maddie and she can kind of finesse her way around a little bit. So I guess that's the reasoning behind that. And I feel like in terms of actual gameplay, she's the stronger player. But in terms of numbers, Austin, Andrew, and Mike, they have my back 100%. So it's kind of hard. And I'm trying to be very delicate with integrating her into that because I don't know when to tell her how close I am with the other three. If I should have already by now, I might have already messed up, but yeah, it's a tricky balance that I'm really trying to figure out. And it's not, I don't, if it ends well, I think I'll go far in the game. If it all works out.
I'm trying to stay as close with as many people as possible. I'm probably closest right now with Lex. I think Lex and I are in a similar position where we're connecting well with a large group of people, but I think we also need to stick together and protect each other as we get into the game a little bit further if we start to get seen as like social threats. We've got a group with Kylie, so me, Lex, and Kylie, and that I would say Kylie's like right there, just maybe a level below Lex in terms of who I trust the most on my tribe. And then there's a larger group of 6, so that would be myself, Lex, Kylie, Shea, Zucker, and Sarah. And so that's like a good group. It's a majority group, and it will hopefully allow us to make, some decisions.
If there was a swap, which everyone thinks is happening all the time, like every single day, everyone's like, there's going to be a swap. And I keep thinking that you guys might just fuck with us and never do a swap. So like, who knows? But they're like, it's all stars. They have to do it. I'm like, but I feel like that's why they wouldn't do it. But if I was swapped, I think I would want to be with Lex. And then based maybe on today, like Kylie would be good, but I think it would be dependent on like who else is the third. I don't know about a third one. Maybe Jeremy or maybe Shea. I don't know. It would depend on like who else was on from the other side.
Ignis, getting your first look at the new Fumo tribe. Corey voted out at the last tribal council.
Well, congratulations to all of you for making it to the final 15. Since you're all old pros at this, I'm sure you're anticipating what's coming. Everybody, drop your buffs.
That's right, baby. We're switching things up. Not only will you be in new tribes, but we will be swapping to 3 tribes of 5 members each, with our original tribes of Fumo and Ignis and our new 3rd tribe, Osa.
Ian and McKenna have parchment in their urns with the tribe names on them. One by one, each of you will select a host who will randomly draw a piece of parchment out of their urn. This will determine which tribe you are on.
Alex will use random.org to randomize your names and determine the order you will be selecting your new tribe.
Okay. Mike, you're up first. Whose urn do you want a tribe from?
It was Morgan or Ian?
McKenna.
McKenna. Okay, McKenna.
All right, Mike. You are joining the Fumo tribe.
Okay. Next up is Lex.
McKenna it is. That's a safe bet. That I know is for sure going to happen.
The first member of the Osa tribe is Lex.
Sarah. And you'll also be deciding where Shea goes.
I'm gonna go with McKenna.
Are you sure?
No, never, but yes.
Fumo!
Which means, Shea, you're going to Ignis.
Okay. So your fate has been sealed. Our new tribes are determined. So to recap, we have Ignis, consisting of Jeremy, Zucker, Andrew, Ashley, and Shea. The new Fumo tribe is Mike, Austin M, Simmons, Maddie, and Sarah. And the brand new Osa tribe is Lex, Karen, Brittley, Garsow, and Kylie.
Now that you're in your new tribes, let's see which tribe reigns supreme.
Yes. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. This next challenge will test your memory. Here's how it works. Tribes will begin in the main room, and each round send one player each to the memory room. In the memory room, players will see a display of items. They must memorize these items, race back to the main room, and recreate the item sequence. The first tribe to successfully recreate the sequence will earn a point.
The first tribe to earn 5 points wins immunity, guarantees themselves a spot in the final 13, and sends both losing tribes to tribal council, where they will each vote someone out of the game.
Not only that, but the winning tribe will get to sit in on the tribe that finishes last to possibly learn some extra info.
Well, there's a lot at stake tonight. We'll give you a moment to strategize and we'll get things started.
Going first for Fumo is Mike. Going first for Ignis is Jeremy. Going first for Osa is Lex. Survivors ready? Go! Mike is back.
Oh, Mike's back. Mike's locked in. Lex locked in. Jeremy's locked in.
Okay, Mike is first. Mike, that is incorrect.
Lex, that is incorrect.
Yeah. That is incorrect.
All three, back to the breakout room.
Bye forever.
Done.
Mike's back.
Mike is back.
Lock.
Okay. Well.
I think Lex might have left the meeting then.
Oh, man.
I hope he didn't. We'll have to.
Okay.
And he's locked. Okay.
Okay, so Mike.
Yep. That is incorrect. That is incorrect.
Okay, so
Lex gets the first point.
Good job, Lex.
Osa with a point.
Good job, Lex.
Lex.
Good job, guys.
New tribe gets the first point. Okay.
Next round, we have Austin, Zucker, and Karen. Survivors ready. Go.
Zucker.
Zucker's back.
Yes.
Austin's locked. Karen's locked. Maybe.
Zucker. Zucker scores a point.
Point for Ignis. Point for Ignis. Point for Osa. No
Nice
points
job, Zucker.
for Fumo. Round 3. For Fumo, we got Simmons. For Ignis, we got Andrew. And for Osa, we got Brittley. Survivors ready. Go.
I'm out.
Winning tribe not only saves everyone from their tribe, no one voted out. Oh, they're back.
Simmons.
Simmons is back. Brittley's
Brittley's
back.
Backstreet's back.
All
All right.
right.
And Andrew's back.
Simmons is
Simmons
locked.
locked
Done.
in.
Brittley's
Brittley's
locked.
locked in. And Andrew's locked. Okay, Simmons.
Simmons is incorrect.
Pencil cup.
Brittley is incorrect. Andrew
Yep.
scores a point. Alrighty, we have Maddie going for Fumo, Ashley for Ignis, and Garso for Osa. Survivors ready? Go.
As I was saying before, one tribe is going to have 5 members remaining. One tribe finishing second will go to a normal tribal, and
Yeah.
You will never get that sentence out.
I never will. These people are too fast, and they're
They're all
mostly
back. And Ashley is locked.
All right, Garso.
Oh, lighting is bad.
I can see the card. You're good.
And you're incorrect. Maddie's incorrect.
That's the first one.
Ashley's incorrect.
Yep.
Back to the breakout room for all
Back
of
to
you.
the breakout room.
Honestly, insane. All right, and now
Okay, Ian, do it.
I can continue. All right, so one tribe is gonna have no one voted out, and they'll get to watch the last place tribal council to gain some info. And that second place tribe, while voting someone out, won't give too much info away.
Garso.
Garso's back, and he's locked in. And Ashley's locked. So, okay, Garso, round 2.
This is the first.
Garso gets the point.
Yeah, way to go, Garso.
Osa
Yeah.
with 2 points now. First to 5.
2-0.
Fumo, you'll have to pick it up.
Round number 5, we have Sarah for Fumo, Shea for Ignis, and Kylie for Osa. Survivors ready? Go.
Leaving.
Shea's back.
Shade's back. Kylie's back. Sarah's back.
Sarah's back. Sarah has all the time in the world.
All right, Sarah's
Sarah's
locked.
locked.
The dice.
Kylie is incorrect. Shea is incorrect.
I'm incorrect, but my ping pong ball, stick, dice, ball.
Yes, incorrect. Back to the breakout room.
Back to the breakout room.
Almost left the meeting.
Don't do that. We have to shame you.
Oh, that's a great face.
Leaving.
Sarah's
Sarah's
back.
back. Kylie's back.
Ooh,
Kylie's
Kylie's
locked.
locked.
Shade's locked.
Didn't leave the room.
Sarah's
Sarah's
locked.
locked.
Kylie.
And then like the tea.
That is incorrect.
Ping pong ball, stick, dice, ball, dice.
That is incorrect. Okay, ping pong ball. Incorrect.
Incorrect. Back to the breakout room.
Alright, I'm missing something.
Indeed.
Sorry, we're not good at this. Leaving.
Kylie locked. Shay locked.
Hey, it's locked.
One of my ping pong balls just
Sarah
keeps
locked.
moving.
Kylie.
Well,
Kylie. Gets the point.
Yep.
For round 6, we have Austin for Fumo, Andrew for Ignis, and Garso for Osa. Survivors ready? Go!
First to 5.
Oh, first to 5.
The Austins are back.
The Oz twins. And Andrew's locked. Okay, so Garso.
And what?
Card.
Incorrect.
I know mine is incorrect already.
Okay.
We love that confidence.
So
All right.
I mean, I know it. So this is the one to start. So pencil, card, stick, pencil, 10 sideways.
Incorrect.
We are incorrect.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
Back to the breakout room.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Garso's back and locked.
Lock.
Austin is locked.
Andrew is on his way back,
He's on his way back.
and he's back.
Okay, and Andrew's locked.
Okay, right here, pencil, card, popsicle stick, pencil, 2 tennis speeds, sideways.
Correct.
That is correct.
And the 4th point
Way to
for
go,
Osa.
Garso.
If Osa wins the next round, they will be safe from tribal council.
Or any other round
Well, yeah.
before the other tribes get there. Fumo, gotta pick it up.
So next we have Maddie for Fumo, Ashley for Ignis, and Brittley for Osa. Survivors ready? Go. Okay.
Brittley's back. Maddie's back. Ashley's back.
All right.
Maddie's first.
Maddie
That is
is
incorrect. That is incorrect.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
And is the final item there your face card?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
All right. Back to the breakout room.
See you soon.
Well, Brittley's in and
Back
locked.
locked.
Ashley back and locked.
Which means we're just waiting on Matt.
And Maddie's back and locked. Brittley will be first, though.
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Okay.
That is incorrect. Back to the breakout room.
And Brittley's back.
And
Ashley's back and locked.
Oh, okay.
And
Locked.
Maddie's back
Maddie's
locked.
locked.
And Brittley's
Brittley's locked. Ashley's first.
And Queen of Diamonds.
That
Ashley gets a
is
point.
correct.
Point for Ignis. So that's 4 points for Osa, 3 points for Ignis, 0 points for Fumo.
The Fumo tribe will be Mike, the Ignis tribe Jeremy, and the Osa tribe Karen. Survivors ready. Go.
Jeremy's back.
Beard's looking kind of fresh though from the side.
And he's locked.
And he's locked.
Jeremy.
Popsicle stick, down cup, and then popsicle stick.
Incorrect.
Karen.
This is first.
That is incorrect. Mhm. Incorrect.
Incorrect. Back to the breakout room.
Fumo, yet to get on the board.
Yeah.
Karen's back and locked.
Jeremy's locked.
Jeremy's locked.
Mike's beard still looking fresh from the side.
You're a sick man.
I actually am, dude. I got blow my nose.
Okay.
And Mike's locked. Okay, so Karen.
What number's on your die?
3.
Osa
Yeah.
wins immunity. Safe from tribal council. Ignis and Fumo, sad to say you have a date with us.
That's all we have for you. We'll be back on Thursday night for our double tribal and our next immunity challenge. Good night, everyone.
And that was fun, we could say. I was watching it happen. I saw like my name at the bottom, and I was definitely like, okay, so at least I'll like know like what my tribe will like look like. But I got to the second last choice, and there was one obviously bad one and one obviously okay one, and I chose the bad one, which is fine, I guess. I've had worse. You know, like every failure is an opportunity to learn, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Well, here we go. We start picking names, numbers, and I'm looking, and Mike and Austin go to Fumo, and it's my turn. So I was like, okay, well, best case scenario is I pull Fumo here. Although I think I was number 6 to pick, and there were already 2 Fumos taken. So I was a little bit nervous, but I get Fumo with both Mike and Austin. And at that point, I was so stoked. I couldn't believe it. I don't think I usually get that kind of luck, but at least right off the start, great luck. And then as the numbers go on, or the names go on, I started to get a little bit worried, because the worst thing that could happen is we get a full tribe of my old tribe, who I was pretty close with. You know, if Andrew came in and Madeline came in, and then we had all 4 of us or 5 of us, and someone was gonna have to get voted out. So when Madeline's name got called to come to my tribe, it was a holy fuck, that's awesome. And then it was an oh shit moment of like, oh no, something bad could happen here. And then the last one came in was Sarah. So I was a little bit relieved to see Sarah. Now, I don't know what my relationship will be like with her, but I know what my relationship is like with Mike, with Austin, and with Madeline. And I am airtight with those 3. Like, I'm locked in.
Been trying to balance like getting people to know me, getting people to like me, getting people to want to work with me, but then also like taking that further and having them actually work with me.
Sun's shining. All right. No more rainy days on New Ignis. We have Jeremy and Andrew also with us, along with Ashley, Zucker, myself on New Ignis. And it started off hot. I mean, of course, we lost the challenge. That was okay. I was even good throwing it if we needed to, because my girl Sarah ended up in potentially a real shit position. Left on Fumo all alone.
Wow. The tribe swap happened, which we were speculating was coming just from the nature of the game and knowing as the numbers were coming down, we were at 15 or about to be at 15. And so as a tribe, as Ignis tribe, we were talking about how it makes sense that a tribe swap is coming, whether it would be before the challenge or maybe it would be later in the week, but that just didn't seem like that would make sense. Not having a tribe swap until later on in the game, it felt like it was the appropriate time, and we figured with the number being 15 of us left, it would be 5, 5, and 5 on the tribes, which would make it pretty even. And then our speculation was correct. So tribe swap happened, and so we got swapped around, and I got put in the new OSA tribe with one of my former tribe members, Karen, and got to be with 3 new tribe mates, Kylie, Lex, and Austin G was a former member of my original tribe, Ignis. So I guess, so it's just two new tribe members.
Karen had told me that she was not the one that flipped on me. Because going into that first tribal, there was a group call with myself, Andrew, Lydia, and Karen. And the 4 of us were going to vote together on Danny. And then we were trying to figure out where some of the people that were like floating in the middle, which direction they were going to go. And we were trying to bring them in and get them to go Danny. Unfortunately, it went my way. And just based off of the way the votes were read, it was pretty easy to assume that it ended up being a 6-3, meaning one person that said they were going to be voting with me didn't.
It was Andrew who voted with them against you.
I was wondering, I was pretty sure Lydia stuck with me for sure.
Definitely.
And nothing against you or Andrew, but I just wasn't sure who the other person was. like
Yeah.
for certain, because I pretty much, I mean, I had to assume based on the way the votes were read that it ended up being a 6-3. 5 was enough, but obviously if there was a 4th for Danny, it would have gotten read because it would have read it a 4-4 tie and then read the last vote.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Andrew later said that at the last minute, Mike said that he wasn't going to vote Danny. So it was like a no-go. I never got a message like that from Mike or anybody, because nobody like on that side was talking to me. But also I knew by their silence that they weren't going to be voting for Danny. However, since we had just like sat there and all said we were voting for Danny, I didn't want to just like change my vote just to be on the right side of the vote, because I had told you and Lydia and Andrew that I was going to vote for Danny. So I just went ahead and voted for Danny. My strategy going forward here is to become best friends with Austin Garsow. This is where these games get interesting, because it's like, where's the line between these connections being real and it being manipulative? Because I know Austin is going to be very important for my game. Like, I need him as a number. But in order to do that, I have to build a relationship with him. So it's kind of, but then that's what this game is. So, and that doesn't mean that the relationships that you do build with the people aren't real, but there was an ulterior motive for it to happen to begin with.
The more information you have, the better you're able to position yourself. And especially right before what we're pretty sure the merge is coming soon. And to be able to not only win as a new tribe, we're not having to go to a double tribal, but we get to sit in on one of those and get to hear like all the tea, what was going on in that tribe and what was discussed and everything. That's going to be major. It's going to give us a little look in the dynamics and maybe see like who's working together, who's not working together. And so that's going to be, that's a pretty big deal to get off the back of a win. So looking forward to it.
So we all got invited to the high rollers room tonight. From what I understand, this was something that was done in Monte Carlo, and my initial thoughts are, I want to stay the hell away from this. Taking into consideration that we have the numbers on our tribe, I think it's in my and my OG Fumo tribe's best interest to not take that risk. I have a feeling like this is all stars. The reward could be great, but the risk could also be greater and could be something such as losing your vote, which in this instance, like, I don't think I'm willing to risk that. Also taking into consideration that I do have an advantage already. So I feel really good about that. And I don't want to take that risk, potentially lose my vote or lose control over the tribe if we do have to go to tribal before the merge. And then all of a sudden I'm out. I can't use my legacy advantage to save myself. And then, I'm just SOL. So at this point, my initial thought, and we're kind of still where I'm sitting, is I don't think I'll be attending the high rollers room.
Well, hello, Mike.
Hello.
Welcome to the high rollers room. By joining us tonight, you have agreed to participate in a game of risk and reward, which is really what Survivor is all about.
Now, we originally planned for one person to earn an extra vote tonight and one person to lose a vote. But since you are the only one who was bold enough to join us tonight, things are going to work a little differently.
For the last several weeks, our production team has worked hard to put out content recapping and summarizing all the history of Dynamic Character Productions. There have been season recaps, trivia quizzes created, and behind-the-scenes information shared on our Instagram. Your success or failure here tonight will depend on your knowledge of the past 7 seasons of DCP games.
So Mike, here's how it works. You will be asked a series of 14 questions about DCP's past. Once the question has been read, you will have 30 seconds to submit an answer. Since you're the only one here, as long as you get one question correct, you will earn the extra vote.
Out of 14? Oh, this would be a flop, wouldn't it?
If you don't answer at least one question correctly, you will lose your vote at the next tribal council. As the only one here, you can obviously share whatever you would like with the other players about what happens here tonight.
All right, Mike. Question 1. Phil Conti won the most immunity challenges in Yasawa Islands with how many?
I'm going to say 2.
That is incorrect. It was 3.
Okay.
Annie Jennings used these instead of water bottles for the first individual immunity in Yasawa Islands.
Soda cans.
Incorrect. Barbecue sauce bottles.
Dylan Hadabaugh played his idol on whom at the merge boat of Lalomanu Beach?
It was a girl. Was it Alanis?
Incorrect. It was Nikki Tepp.
This player set the record for the most individual immunities won in Lalomanu Beach.
Oh, what was her name? She's also the winner, I'm pretty sure. Julia.
Incorrect. Jackie Blum.
Jackie.
It was close.
One of them's got to come my way.
All right. Jim Bunce and this member of production guessed the same number, 224, in Exile Island's Poison Pill Challenge.
John Millsap.
Congratulations, Mike. You have
how could you forget
received
that?
an extra vote in this game. The correct answer is indeed John.
All right, Mike. And with that, your time here in the High Rollers room is over. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
So last night, day off, we have a little envelope that says basically High Rollers table. If you are willing to maybe risk something, you could also be willing to get something or possibly get something. So the big thought last night was that, okay, I want to make sure Sarah, who's the odd one out of the tribe at the moment, being the one that wasn't on our original tribe, I wanted to make sure that she wasn't trying to go get whatever it was, maybe some kind of immunity, idol, extra vote, steal a vote, whatever, just so that to be safe. So my first conversation with her yesterday, she asked me first if I was going, and I was like, well, I was like, no, I'd be dumb. I feel like I'd be stupid too. I don't want to lose my vote. I feel like that's what you'd be risking. And so I felt like she was almost caught off guard that I said that. But then I think the more she thought about it, she was like, yeah, I think I agree with that. So I was in the call with her at the time of the special where the gambling addicts were going. So I know for sure that she didn't go. But I had a conversation with Mike earlier, and Mike said he was thinking about going. He wasn't sure. He was asking me if I was going, and I was like, nah, I don't want to risk it. We're in a good spot right now. And he gave a pretty good reason for it. He's like, well, if I go and lose my vote, we still have a 3-1 on Sarah. So I was like, okay, I get it. If you want to go ahead. That's fine. It is what it is. Well, so then I go in with Sarah and I message him and I was like, hey, did you go in? It was at like 9:30 or something. No response. A little bit fishy. So then whatever, I forget about it. And then at like it was like 9:50, 9:45, he messaged me back like 15, 20 minutes later and said, nah, I didn't go in. Not buying it.
Let the record show I told you not to go.
And that would have been really bad because I got an extra vote.
Fuck off.
Yep. So, were you talking to Simmons during that or like on call with him or anything?
No, I think he was on a call with Sarah.
Okay, because I'm trying to think about how to play it. Like we could either, because it doesn't have to be used this round. So I can either say that you and I were on a call.
Yeah.
And not tell them. Or I could use that as like a thing like, yo, like we have an extra vote now. Like
No.
I was on a call. I've been on a call with you.
And I thought that was going to be it for the night. I thought, I was chilling, about to just go to bed, call it early. Didn't do too much work today in terms of the game. But then I get a message from Maddie.
I think Mike was simply trying to create options when he was coming to me, telling me that stuff, starting to tell me about, oh, I went to the high stakes challenge and I got an extra vote, which means we can pull something on the boys this round or the next round if we want to. And I had a real hard time deciding what to do with that information. And the thought process was first, so nervous to be humiliated by this group of boys. Like that is like a real, I guess they're not boys, they're men, sorry. But that is like a real fear. And it like really clouds your judgment. And then I was like, no, you know what? If I do not share this information and they are working together, which is quite possible, then Mike at some time is going to be able to share this information with Simmons if he feels like we're getting too close. And if Mike is thinking about flipping now on someone he's telling that he's really tight with, there's such a huge possibility he'll just flip on me later. So I bottled up all that information and I took it over to my 100% pal. And I told him what Mike said to me. And I told him 100% of the truth because that's what we agreed to. And now we find ourselves in a hot pickle where we're unsure of whether Austin and Simmons believe me.
Saying that we have to talk tonight. So I was like, fuck, like I really don't want to, but like, all right. So I hop in the Zoom and she starts going off about Mike telling her everything about me. Everything. All my alliances with Austin, about the Danny vote and how we were all in a group and that I'm talking shit on her and I'm putting down her game and just saying I'm dragging her along. Like, bro, what are you doing? Dude, you had it good. Like, if you were 3 within the 4 at the time, at least to most people, maybe not to me. So maybe it was a good read after all.
I'm not really sure what's going on anymore. Naturally, when you start feeling safe is when all of the chaos starts to happen. So our group was split into 3 separate tribes. And I thought we had the edge because, in our original tribe, it was, myself, Mike, Simmons, Maddie, we're all on one tribe together from our original tribe. This is supposed to be a one vote easy situation to take out Sarah. Cracks start to happen. Mike is apparently outing Simmons and I as a duo and trying to blow up a game when we had something special with No Mas.
So I told Maddie, and I'm sure she told you this if she just spilled like everything I told her. I told her I have an extra vote. I don't have an extra vote. What it was, and I thought this was going to be like a happy thing, but if you guys hate me now, then it won't be.
No, I mean, go on what you're saying. Like, there's no judgments right now. Like, this is
Okay.
all
Okay.
So
Yeah, I was just like, okay, Maddie got to them and told them everything, and now they won't trust me, but whatever. So it was 7 questions about past seasons. It was a trivia challenge. And the way it would work for the other tribes would be your time. Like, let's say that we all went, right? I would go first. I would be timed. I would get as many questions as I could right? Then Austin would go, then Simmons would go. Whoever got the most questions right, excuse me, whoever got the most questions right would win the advantage. Whoever got the most questions wrong would lose the advantage. If it was a tie, it would come down to time, right? Since I was the only one there, all I had to do was get 1 question right out of the 7 to get the advantage. If I would have gotten all the questions, if I wouldn't have gotten 1 question right, I would have got a disadvantage. And the reason I'm laughing is because the hosts were kind of laughing at me because until the question about Monte Carlo came up, I didn't get a question right.
Yeah.
I was on the brink of losing my vote. The reason why getting the number of questions right was important is because that's how long your idol would last. And I got 1 question right.
And it's ironic because it seems that he's full of moss. We have this now where Mike can't seem to trust Simmons. Simmons can't seem to trust Mike. Maddie's caught in the middle. She doesn't really know where she's leaning. Sarah's going to do anything to survive, and I'm kind of just sitting here watching it all implode.
I just try to display myself as like a number. So like if somebody wanted to make a move, because I think that based on what I've heard, at least like what they've told me, is that there's been like voting blocks on their side, and like they may not all have voted together on every single vote. So like there's definitely like room in there. I just, what connections do I want to work with in the future if it is possible? Like, so like if the Austin vote did happen, like would Simmons be able to bring in Maddie? Because I think that's like what he blindsided her on the last vote she was saying. So I don't know if she would trust that. So I feel like I just want to be like in on the vote, but I don't know how to like connect all 3 of our 2 people together on it.
I'm having a real hard time trying to believe who's bullshit at this point. I didn't feel like I needed to prepare for maybe going home tonight, but if this is correct, if our game is apparently being blown up by Mike, then Simmons and I have got to do something, whether it's recruit both Maddie and Sarah and blow up No Mas, or we're going to have to figure something else out.
I was very frustrated last night. Very petty again today, but like, dude, you're in a tribe of 5 with 3 other people who are willing to vote with you to move us to another round later on, and he just blew it up for no reason. I guess he feels threatened by me and Austin being close, but he told Maddie, and Maddie's my number 1 in this game. Like I feel like we have a genuine connection and she's honest with me, which sounds so stupid, but like the stuff that she says wouldn't make sense to lie about. So could Maddie be playing me right now? Yeah, I mean, of course so. But I don't think if she wanted to get me to vote Mike out, she wouldn't have to go through all these hoops. Like she could just like talk to me about it and we could figure out how to vote Mike out. Like it's not that big of a deal.
We're voting for Mike, unless they're lying and they're placating me. And I already told them I wouldn't be mad if that's what they were doing. But Mike has been messaging me. I finally because Simmons, I guess he was on the phone with you, told me 20 minutes, like an hour ago. So I was like, I messaged Mike and said, I guess everyone's probably going to ignore me until the end. And now he's like, well, we should get on a call because that's no one should have to deal with that. But I'm like, no, it's fine. You don't have to talk to me. Like, you don't need to like hang out with me before you vote me out. It's fine. I think that makes the most sense, but yeah, I was like nervous to suggest it as like the newbie.
I think it's a good move and it kind of does make sense. Like I think in a way, when like if like later on down the line, if you look back in Mike was still in the game, I'd probably regret this spot right here where like, okay, we can just vote him out.
Before merge, before numbers shift.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and also it doesn't hurt to have a nice new friend.
I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but I'm a very loyal player. Like I swear, like I can't promise like to the end or something like that, but like I will work with you and like I'm very loyal.
The plan worked. No one went to High Roller's room. Not myself, not Shea, not Ashley, not Jeremy, not Andrew. No one on our tribe went to High Roller's room. And for the purpose of our next vote at Tribal, that was my priority because I didn't want there to be any extra variables that are not already present to put a wrinkle in what I want to happen.
Zucker came up with this really great idea to get on a Zoom and all hang out during the time that the High Rollers room was going on. And we called it the Low Rollers room. And we just all hung out and we watched, Jeremy was playing on Twitch. So we watched his Twitch a little bit and we talked about, you know, like our hot takes about Survivor, and we played trivia and we just kind of messed around. And it was a lot of fun. And it was also a good way to like verify that like where everyone was. So we know with confidence that no one went to the High Rollers room from our tribe.
We just had a series of nice little successes on the new Ignis tribe. First being Andrew spilling all the tea. We got the entire tribe history of the Ignis tribe.
I gave them the rundown of everything in the game from my perspective, which was like, I'd say about 90% truthful, just so people felt like I'm willing to play ball and just give all the details.
And very beneficial things to know. The fact that there's splits, looks like there's voting blocks. It looks like there's a little bit of chaos and a lot of free agents. So if old Fumo is able to get back together and keep enough of us alive, 6, 7 of us alive, we could have options that could potentially screw up on purpose. And that'll be fun.
So on paper, the swap, obviously we have 4 original Fumo and then 1 Ignis. So on paper, it's a no-brainer for tribal council. All Fumo are saying Andrew. Then you also got to think like, is this the right time to make a move? If you don't feel very connected with your original tribe mates that you're on, that thought has to be going through people's heads. So the question is it the right time to kind of pull in Andrew and pull in somebody else to make a move? Or is it easier just to not rock the boat, not ruffle feathers, and stay strong as the original tribe for the next challenge?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, just from my conversation with him and just how he perceives us collectively, that we're still a tight 4 and that the vote will easily be Andrew. Like I really did push that narrative and he didn't seem to, give any reservations or hesitancy with that.
I have really been playing into this role of being very humble, just very like, I'm here for a fun time. I understand if you guys want to stay Nabidi strong. I get it. I am just thankful to have been casted on All Stars to begin with.
So my feeling is, I just feel like this is really the best opportunity to just get him out, to eliminate that kind of wild card, so to speak, for a merge situation.
Mm-hmm.
And from in my talks with him, he's made it seem like, again, he was kind of maybe not on the bottom, but not certainly in the numbers on the other tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like if that were the case, if he were to have had something, he probably would have played it at that point, knowing he was in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, then he has balls of steel to just keep that in his pocket, to wait for a situation like this. So it's kind of like, you can't account for everything, but knowing what at least I know, maybe in conversations with him, you've kind of deduced the same thing, but with all that information, I feel like he doesn't have something, and this is the chance to get him out before it's too late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when I talked with him last night, it definitely, I feel like if he had something, he may have would have tried to push something a little bit harder. But it was more of just like, hey, I could be a member if you need it.
So afterwards, I was able to talk one-on-one with Ashley, Zucker, and Shea at different points throughout the next couple of days. And they would all allude to the fact that, hey, your game's not over yet. There are things that could potentially happen. And the way they're phrasing it to me seems like all three of them had talked together.
But you guys, if you tell me otherwise, I'll hear it out happily.
No, I think our 3-2, you know what I mean? Vote split, that point specific, that's what I was trying to talk through, is getting to what's the real reason we're not going? Because to me, if it's a 50-50 shot and we have power in the game, why not go for more power? You know what I mean? This is the safest time that you could try to take a leap, and we'd have a support net if you didn't make it, right?
Alrighty, Fumo, welcome to your first tribal council as a group. Osa won the challenge and got the advantage to watch your tribal council. They are just here to watch. They cannot chime in any way. So Osa, can you please turn your videos off?
Okay. So, Simmons, we meet here again, here at Tribal Council. Different tribe name, but for most of you, a very familiar result. We're sitting here at Tribal Council. What do you think happened with this challenge?
What was the challenge again? I got nothing, Alex. I don't know. I clearly we did not have the best luck in getting folks with the best memory. So here we are yet again.
So Sarah, we can't ignore the obvious here. The swap wasn't too kind to you, as you're the lone OG Fumo member on this new Fumo tribe. What have you done these past few days to try to pitch why the vote shouldn't be you tonight?
I just tried to talk to people, the people who would talk to me. There really wasn't much. It's funny because Fumo was my home and these people just came in and moved in, and now they're probably going to kick me out. But everyone was really nice, which is fine. I just told people that if they wanted to make a move, they could use me. Just normal stuff that you would do, but I felt very much not an option. So people were really, again, not to be a broken record, everyone was really nice. Most people talked to me, but it really wasn't game talk. So
Maddie, while Wednesday was an off day for everyone, there was still an envelope that was sent to everyone that could be opened on Wednesday. What do you think happened there? What do you believe was there? And do you think anyone took advantage of this opportunity?
Yeah, it's pretty tricky because we know with, no risk comes no reward. And, you look at our tribe and you say there's an obvious 4-1 split, right? Like Sarah kind of pointed out. But, we're also aware that I was very much on the wrong side of the last vote. So that also shows, my pecking order in the whole game as well. And so I was definitely thinking about it. Sure, who wouldn't? But I got a little bit shy. And so now I'm regretting it a little bit. And I'm sitting here thinking, McKenna and Alex, can you just give me immunity for safety? That'd be great.
If only we could.
Unfortunately, that's not how you get it here. But, Mike, with how the swap went, how important is it to continue to show trust to those you have been on the same tribe with versus giving someone new a chance to plead their case to stay in the game?
Yeah, I feel like it's a time thing, right? I've never seen a game where there has been no flips or no, people don't make better relationships with other people from other tribes and things like that. I've never seen a game like that. But it becomes a timing thing. Is now the time? Is there 8 players left in the game, or is there 15 players left in the game? And that's a question that goes into every individual's mind. That's what makes it tricky. For some people, 15 is the perfect time to try to get someone on board to do something. For other people, it's just too early.
So Austin, last tribal council, you bombed some rap lines, but you still managed to survive. So, for this vote, what song comes to your mind to describe what it should mean tonight?
You know what? If I had to go with one, I'd probably go with the classic metal of Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell, right? Because at this point, like, anybody right here could very much go home. Maddie said that she was on the wrong side of the vote. Hell, who knows if I'm like, I don't know. Half the time I'm being pulled in, I'm like, oh, do I need this? Oh, do I need this? So it's all up to chance with that, right? So I think everyone's chance is essentially like the song, Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell. Minus, it's not take away like my luscious vocals, which I will not be performing for you tonight. You don't get any freebies. I mean it.
I thought I was going to get away with one there. You got me. So Simmons, when it also comes to making a decision for this vote and also what's happening here at Tribal Council, obviously you have another tribe watching you. How much does that also factor into the decision that will ultimately be made tonight?
I don't know if it really factors into the decision too heavy. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do. And I know there's a couple extra people watching that hopefully I don't say anything too fucking stupid, but, I might. But you can't, obviously, I'm sure everyone has thought about it, but at the same time, if you think too much about it, you might do something that you shouldn't.
Does anyone else have anything left to say before we go to vote? Okay. With that, it is time to vote. McKenna?
Osa, thank you for viewing your this tribal council. I hope you got enough information and the information you were looking for. You can go back to camp.
I really, really, really hope that you do not take this personally. You are amazing.
I don't know if this is going to work, and I'm going to have to figure out how to explain this later. But I told Simmons I was voting this way, and so I don't want a chance that he changed a vote or something. I think I'm toast next tribal, but I'm going to vote Mike.
Really good chance I'm going home tonight. Got myself into some serious doo-doo, as the kids say. I'm going to be voting for Sarah, and I hope that there's 3 more votes on Sarah, but sorry, it went. I hope there's 3 more votes on Sarah. If there is not, there's a good chance that I'm going home tonight.
That's the only plan that anyone told me. So if that's not the plan, I'm sorry to Mike, because he was actually quite nice to me.
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has an advantage or a hidden immunity and wants to play it now, would be the time to do so.
This might be the dumbest move in DCP history. I want to show you guys that I trust you. I'm not playing anything tonight.
Okay. Once the votes are read, the decision is final, and the person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom call immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Sarah. Mike. Mike. That's 2 votes Mike, 1 vote Sarah. Sarah. And the fourth person voted out of DCP All-Stars is Sarah. Sarah, the tribe has spoken.
Bye, guys. Good job.
Well, you had a 4-1 advantage. Now it's a 4-0. There's nowhere left to hide in this tribe. So, I suggest you win the next challenge. Good luck. Well, hello, New Ignis. Welcome to Tribal Council. I know it's your favorite place to be. So, let's get straight to it. So, Shea, let's talk about the challenge. What went wrong, and also what went right, because obviously you guys have the benefit of not having another tribe sit in on what's going to go down tonight.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those situations where, like, I think everybody tried their best, and we just fell a little bit short. I know for me, it was super close, where, like, I just had the 6 turn wrong, and I did not see it until the very end, and somebody beat me back on that last third one to take it, right? And I think that's kind of how it was for most people, where, you know what I mean? It's not like anybody, you could see when people zoomed down, everyone was real tight, right? It's just one or two little things, attention to detail, that kind of cost us, where the Oso tribe is just a little stronger.
Okay. Yep, so, Andrew, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. The swap wasn't kind to you. You are the lone OG Ignis member on this tribe. So what have you done these past 2 days to try to pitch why the vote shouldn't be you tonight?
So basically on the night of the swap, all of us got together, and I kind of just laid out how the game's been going for me so far, or at least my perspective on how things have been going so far. Tried not to put out anything that potentially might make people feel wary of me. People would latch on and say, hey, you know, if he's feeling like this on his side, maybe we can scoop him up and kind of do what we need to do. You know, the issue is because it's a tribe of 5, you know, there's not a lot of wiggle room, I'll say, because everyone's talking to each other and there's not enough space or time to just be like, hey, I can't just go straight to someone and say, I want this person gone, because for all I know, that's the other person's number 1 ally, and now I'm definitely going as compared to potentially. You know, I'm not one of those people that say that I'm scared. I understand that, you know, people have to do what's in their best interests. So if it happens that, you know, it's how it seems right now and I do go home, I'm not going to be the one to sit there and be like, oh, y'all are punks, y'all are this, y'all are that, because, like, I get it. And especially pre-merge, you don't want to potentially fuck up your thing because you're trying to make like some crazy move. So yeah, it's been a fun time. If it continues, I'm excited. If it doesn't, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited to see how everything plays out. But I think that answered your question.
It definitely did at some point. But I always love your rambles, Andrew. Jeremy, prior to the swap, you did catch some votes. So how does that make you feel in this new tribe dynamic, and where do you think you ultimately stand in it?
Yeah, I mean, last tribal, I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking. I mean, getting my very first vote against me in DCP history, I mean, that's a little tough to take in. But, you know, I had faith in the people that I was working with, and I trusted them that the vote was going to go the way that they were telling me it was going to go. Definitely with this group of 5, I mean, there is 4 original FUMO members. I mean, the obvious, like, the easiest vote would be to take out the original Ignis. And definitely I'm always nervous going to tribal council if I don't have any sort of protection. And I'm sure, like, everyone thinks that of other possibilities that may happen. But, you know, for me, I have to stick with the people that I've been talking to and trusting the entire time, and making sure that my game is set up in a way moving forward and for the craziness that is ahead of us.
Zucker, when a swap happens, it does put to test for many people the ability to put trust and faith in others for the sake of your game as an individual, your game amongst your old alliances and your new alliances. But now in these smaller tribes, how hard is it to maintain that trust that the plan that you are in is actually the real plan?
I mean, on one hand, it's easier, quote unquote, because you're dealing with a smaller group of people. So there's not all the kind of separate conversations and separate groups you might have in a bigger tribe setting. So, and I feel like in that sense, it also is more of a bond amongst our tribe, because, you know, we have more time to have conversation with one another, whether game related or not. So I personally feel like it's more of an advantage than not in terms of going from a bigger tribe to a smaller tribe.
And then Ashley, with these games, at every step of the way, there's always something new. There's always an opportunity with every dynamic change. Like, we have swaps, we have, you know, there's always ideas of advantages. But in this case, on Wednesday, we had an off day. But with that off day also came an envelope that everyone received. Talk to me more about what that had and the opportunities it could have provided for you or for other people.
Sure. I mean, there was this opportunity to go into the high rollers room, and it was a risk reward type situation. You know, there's it for me to speculate on what those risks or rewards could have been is in a way futile, because there's such a wide range of things it could be. What I chose, and what I think I speak probably for everyone in here, is I chose instead to spend that time building relationships and trust, and I didn't want to take that risk, because I wanted to show the people that I'm working with that, like, I don't need those advantages because we're working together, and that's kind of how we went about it.
Does anyone have anything else to say? And with that, it is time to vote. One at a time, we'll bring you in to vote. Andrew, you will go first. We will get a breakout room set up for you guys to go. So Andrew, just don't go to that breakout room.
Ian, are you making the breakout room or just sending pictures in the chat?
Bro, I've done it all. Get off my ass.
My vote is for Jeremy. I feel like it'll probably still be either me or you. I really enjoyed our conversation last night. I adore you as a human being, and I just got to make sure that I can live to see tomorrow. So, no hard feelings.
All right, Andrew, it's been great catching up with you, and I was trying to hopefully make a move here, but certain people were not budging whatsoever. And it's been great catching up, and see you soon.
All right, so it's been great playing with you, but I'm hoping that this move opens up some more opportunities for me as we move further in this game.
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has an advantage or a hidden immunity idol and wants to play it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes are read, the decision is final, and the person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom call immediately. I'll read the votes. Jeremy, Andrew. Two votes Jeremy, one vote Andrew. Andrew. The fifth person voted out of All-Stars? Jeremy. Jeremy, the tribe has spoken.
Sneaky, sneaky. No hard feelings. You guys have fun on this journey.
Well, the easy vote that it appeared to be was not the case at all. There was a blind side tonight. We'll see what happens moving forward. We'll see you at the next challenge.
I didn't play as well as I wanted to because I was going through like some personal stuff in my real life. So I feel like I didn't bring an all-star game, so I'm a little disappointed in that. The swap kind of tried to get me, like I was kind of like playing like a safe game, like with Lex as a shield, letting him kind of like do a lot of moves, and I was like, I'll figure that out later kind of thing, because I was so distracted with my real life like things that I was dealing with. So with the swap, I was kind of like, this gave me at least a little bit of like oomph to try, you know, something. So I guess it was fun. I wish I got to play longer. It was a good distraction from my real life stuff that I'm dealing with. So that was ultimately like what I was hoping for.
It has been quite a roller coaster. I definitely, in my pre-interview, I said I wanted to play a still a quiet game. But after the first 24 hours, I knew I had to ramp it up and be more social, which is something that I am not used to doing. And I think I got out of my comfort zone a lot, and it overwhelmed me some, but I was able to push through it the last few days. But I knew my time was coming, and I just tried to make the most of it.